Sam, congratulations. You're the Football Writers' Footballer of the Year for the second year in a row. It's the first time that's happened. Just put into words what that means to you.
I mean, it's an amazing honour. There's so many amazing footballers that I go up against, so it's something that I'm very proud of. And yeah, I remember the award fondly last year, so this year's no different.
And in that interim period, women's football seems to have gone through the roof, particularly what's happened with the Lionesses as well. As players, do you feel that surge in popularity?
Yeah, for sure. I think, like you said, off the back of the Euros, the women's game has grown a lot, but you know, it's increased everything around the women's game. The WSL has obviously benefited from that, and you can tell, I mean, walking down the street, the crowds are bigger, everything's just increased over the last year.
What would you say has been the highlight of the season so far? Is it a particular goal, a particular moment?
I think you can't go past the FA Cup to win that 3 times in a row, and a sold-out Wembley for the first time. It was big for women's football, and then for us as a club, it was a big day.
Big day coming up this weekend as well. Just one more game to go. If you win that, it's 4 consecutive titles for Chelsea. Just put into context how big an achievement that is, given the competitiveness of this league now.
Yeah, I think to some people it might, you know, look easy, but every year it gets harder and harder, and anyone that's involved in football knows how hard it is to come back year after year and stay at the top. So we're doing everything to win on Saturday because to us that's the most important thing every year. We rock up every year wanting to win this title. So it's the most important thing for us, and yeah, we'll do everything in our power to get the 4th.
And it would be a great way to bookend the careers of the Chelsea careers, at least, of Magdalena Eriksson and Pernilla Harder. How much are you going to miss them on the pitch as players and off the pitch as people? Yeah,
off the pitch, firstly, they're great people to have around the team. They're huge competitors that bring so much to the team. And then obviously on the pitch, they're 2 world-class players. Magda's our captain, has been since I've been here. And they changed the game for us. You've seen Pernille come back in the last 3 or 4 games. She's probably been our best player. So I said on the weekend, they're not players you replace. They're players that you just have to wave goodbye and thank them for what they've done, but we just have to find another way as a team.
So much has been said about your manager, Emma Hayes. Just give us a little insight into maybe something we won't know and how she's worked with you to maybe get the best out of you in the last couple of years in particular.
Yeah, I think Emma's record speaks for herself, but what people don't see is the type of manager she is off the pitch. She gives players the confidence. She picks players up when they're down, and she has to manage 25 world-class players. Our bench could make up a starting 11, so she manages people really well. And I think people think she's always this tough coach, and she is, but she also puts her arm around people and makes everyone feel comfortable and gives people the time they need and treats us as people as well as athletes.
You mentioned before about going into every season and it's the title that you really want to win. But I guess that Champions League is still in the back of your mind, isn't it? And when you go into the next season, is that something that really motivates you? And it's a real burning desire within the squad to get over the line in that competition?
Yeah, of course. That's, we've proved time and time again we're the best team in England, but now it's time to step it up one and try and go for the best team in Europe. I think it's everyone's goal, but as Chelsea, that's the one thing we want. And I don't think we're far off. This year we obviously did better than the year before, so adding a few more players and sticking out what we're doing, I think we're close.
Potential double could be the title this Sunday, this award, and then there's a small matter of the World Cup. I don't know whether you're aware of that in your home country. You're the captain. You're the poster girl for that country, for Australia. Does that give you added pressure? And have you spoken to anyone who has been in a similar position maybe to maybe how to handle that pressure?
I think it does add pressure, but I think it's nice pressure. I think pressure is a privilege, and I think that it's something that over the last year we've really worked at, playing at home, having an expectation, but we're trying to enjoy it. This is a once in a lifetime, opportunity to play a World Cup on home soil, and we're hoping that we can inspire the nation and change the way women's football is seen all around the world. And yeah, I think speaking to people that have gone through this, we have a legend herself, Cathy Freeman, that all of us girls look up to, and did this exact thing 20 years ago. So hopefully in 20 years' time, people are talking about the Matildas and what we did.
And in 20 years' time, I'm sure you'll be reflecting on this year and maybe one other major incident for you was flag bearing at the King's coronation. I mean, a few years ago, if someone had told you that you'd be doing something like that, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I would have called them crazy. I think no one could have ever imagined where the women's game could take me. And you know, I'm just a young girl from Perth, and I still feel like a young girl from Perth. And to people around the world, Perth is such a small place in the world. So it was an amazing honour for me, but really important for my family, for my grandma who migrated to Australia 50, 60, 70 years ago. So it was a really proud moment, and it might have seemed so small to some people, but you know, in 30 years' time, that's probably going to be one of the proudest moments of my career.
Easier walking out of Wembley or flag bearing?
I felt much more comfortable at Wembley, put it that way. I didn't really feel like I fit in at the Abbey, but yeah, I'll look back on that one for sure.
Sam, congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Great, thank you.
Cheers.